Next in the builder category in both hockey and baseball, Robert Smith. Robert Smith was born and raised in Milner Ridge, a little community located near Lac du Bonnet. He may have come from a small town, but his love of sport and the influence he had on youngsters in the Elmwood, Kelvin, Morris Place, and East Caledonian areas of Winnipeg will never be forgotten. Born with great athletic ability, Bob also excelled in baseball. As a second baseman, he played for the Transcona Seniors in the mid to late 40s. He was so good, the St. Louis Cardinals organization expressed interest in him, but only in his late teens, Bob chose to remain at home with family and friends. He began coaching youngsters in 1943 and remained coach for Morris Place junior baseball teams until 1949. Baseball being his first love, Bob led the Morris Place Bombers to the team title and the provincial junior championships in 1943-44. From 1945 to 49, the Morris Place Monarchs won the team title and were also the North Division champions in 1947 and the 1948 Manitoba junior champs. In 1949, Bob coached the Elmwood Giants All-Stars in the old Mandak League. By 1950, Bob had taken over the entire Pee Wee program in the Elmwood Giants operation, and that included looking after 10 teams. The move was really the start of Little League Baseball in the area, with Bob recruiting all the coaches to help his youngsters out. Over the next 11 to 12 years, Bob coached teams to many Winnipeg, provincial, and national championships. A highlight in 1953 saw him coach the Mid-Canada Champions when they represented Canada at the Little League Championships in Roseland, Illinois. From 1954 through to 1961, Bob led the Elmwood Giants to more championships. He started with the Kelvin Blues Pony Club and the Elmwood Giants, who won the Midget City Championship in 1954. He was appointed the Giants head coach in 1957 and their manager in 1958, and proceeded to win the junior, juvenile, and city titles that year. In the next 3 years, the Giants won the Bantam City title, were the junior city finalists in 1960, and won the junior crown in 1961. Bob also helped kids enjoy hockey starting in 1947 and right up until 1965 when he wasn't coaching baseball. He spent the winter months coaching hockey. He managed the Elmwood Rovers Pee Wee team to the city championship from 1947 to 1949. Appointed the advisor and assistant to hockey operations at the Chalmers Community Club, Bob was also the sports director at the Elmwood Winter Club. He later ran the House League program at the Kelvin Community Center and ended up as the head coach and hockey chairman in 1959-60. And in that role, he led the Kelvin Juvenile Squad to the provincial championships in 1962-64 and again in 1965. Bob Smith loved baseball and hockey. He played the game and also loved coaching, and most years he chose to coach the weakest teams in the community program. By the time Bob was through, his teams were not only competitive, they ended up winning the championship. But Bob's main concern was not winning, although many of the teams he coached did exactly that. They won championships. His primary purpose was to give the youngsters he coached a focus. He helped them become better human beings. In fact, one featured newspaper article perhaps paid Bob Smith the highest compliment. He was referred to as being the closest thing to Eddie Cass. And as everyone knows, Eddie Cass was Mr. Baseball in Manitoba. I guess Bob Smith has to be ranked up there, right with Eddie. Robert Bob Smith passed away on October 11, 1967, still a very young man. Tonight we recognize his contribution to sports in Manitoba as a builder in both baseball and hockey, with his induction into the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame.